Late one autumn night, a young woman named Emily was driving home from a party when her car broke down on a deserted road. The wind howled through the trees, and the only light came from her car's failing headlights. She tried calling for help, but her phone had no signal. As Emily sat in her car, she noticed a faint light flickering in the distance. Hoping it was a house or gas station, she decided to walk towards it. The cold air nipped at her, and every rustle of leaves seemed amplified in the stillness. When she finally reached the source of the light, she found an old, abandoned house with a single lantern hanging from the porch. Hesitant but desperate, she approached the door and knocked. After a moment, the door creaked open on its own. Inside, the house was eerily silent. The only sound was Emily's footsteps echoing as she made her way through dusty rooms. In the living room, she found a large mirror covered in a cloth. Curiosity got the better of her, and she pulled off the cloth. Her reflection stared back at her. But something was off. Her reflection's eyes were wide with terror, and it mouthed the words, "Get out." Suddenly, Emily heard footsteps behind her. She spun around, but there was no one there. The temperature dropped sharply, and a chilling whisper seemed to come from the walls, urging her to leave. Panicked, Emily raced out of the house and back to her car, only to find the lantern's light was now illuminating her vehicle, which had been moved from its original spot. As she turned to flee, she saw her own reflection in the lantern's glass. But this time, it wasn't just a reflection. It was a ghastly, distorted version of herself, grinning menacingly. Emily got in her car and sped away, not daring to look back. The house vanished from sight, and her phone miraculously regained signal. Shaking, she called for a tow truck and eventually made it home. That night, she couldn't shake the feeling that something had followed her, watching from the shadows. She never drove down that road again.